Right. What we got next? Group J.
Group J. The world
Ah.
champions enter the picture.
This is where I start my rant.
Oh, hello. Get your placemats and milk cartons, kids. It's story time.
You know why my rant has started here? Because the rant was always going to come when we saw either Argentina or Portugal. Because do you know what I am least looking forward to in this World Cup?
The Messi Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Both the guys are in their 40s. Neither of them should be playing at this World Cup. And they're only playing it because it's in US odds. But Messi, if Messi goes to the World Cup, which he will, just because it's a complete commercial gimmick, and it's just because Messi
in the USA to begin with, isn't he?
I mean, he's been playing like social football style football that you would see in the parks in England at the weekend. His team, I'm sure they finished bottom of the league, and the league gave him play. I'm just over it. I'm just over this whole Messi and Ronaldo thing. Like, I've been over it for 10 years now. Like, it's just time to end, you know? Let's have the next generation of players, and let's have more people talking about the Mbappes and your Vinicius Juniors. I don't know Vinicius Junior, but at least he deserves to be talked about. Your Dembélés, your Haalands, your Pedris, and your Lamine Lamals. Not Messi. He's had his time. But other than that, Argentina haven't actually announced their final squad yet. I mean, most of the faces there are quite familiar. Interesting story about Romero. Did you hear about Romero?
Spurs guy travelling back to Spurs to watch the match.
Yeah, so originally he'd said he wasn't going to go to the Spurs game because his boyhood club had reached the final of the Argentinian Cup on the same day. And he was going to stay in Argentina to prepare for the World Cup and watch that game. Once it got out, he was pretty much forced to go back to Spurs and watch them on the final day of the season. But I don't think he'll be there at the World Cup. I don't think he'll be fit. Or if he does go,
Spurs fans are forced to watch their team as well on most weekends. So he's no different.
Yeah. It probably doesn't. It's probably not a surprise to many people that know me that Argentina are one of my least favourite countries in the World Cup for many reasons. And I wasn't alive in 1986, but I was alive in 1998. And also, I'm not. England aren't the only ones that dislike Argentina.
Germany have had a few clashes with them now, haven't they?
Yeah. And I'm completely over the Messi thing as well. So yeah, we'll move on from Argentina, shall we? Who else is in this group? Tell us about who else is in this group.
Okay, well, we have, as you can see on the left-hand side of that lovely graphic, Austria, who have made it back to a World Cup. I know they were there back in 1998. And they're ranked 27th in the world. A solid side, Austria, to be fair. They've kind of earned the whole dark horse status over the last few kind of years. They've had some solid results and threatened to upset. I know that Australia, very different team. Austria had a team called Das Wunder Team back in the 1930s, which was their best finish of the World Cup. Can they go do better this time? Can they get through the group? I think looking at it, they've got a chance of it, certainly. I think they will fancy their chances. Although what's interesting is if they've ranked 27th in the world, and if you take the FIFA rankings as gospel, as you should, Algeria are ranked one place lower in 28th. So this could be a rather interesting one. They finished top of their qualifying group, won 8, drew 1, lost 1 of their qualifiers. This will be the 5th time Algeria have actually qualified for the tournament as well. They too win the African Cup of Nations recently. They got to the quarterfinals of that. They haven't qualified since 2014. They did get to the last 16, to the second round of that, so they'll be looking to at least emulate that here. And of course, for surrounding out the group, we have Jordan. Jordan are ranked 63rd in the on the FIFA World Rankings. I think they went through the second round of the AFC qualifying. They beat Oman 3-0 to secure their place at the tournament. It's their first appearance at the World Cup, so I've got no historic data. So will they be a happy to be here, or will they be a you wish we weren't here? We will find out, I suppose.
Yeah, I think Jordan are an interesting one. I mean, they've recently sort of rocketed up the Asian standings from being a team that didn't look anywhere near qualifying probably 5 or 6 years ago to a team. I might be mistaken. They either won or got to the final of the Asian Championship, the AFC Asian competition a few years back, and then they qualified in quite easy fashion. Actually, they were quite good qualifiers. They were one of the automatic qualifiers from the second stage. But in this group, I think they'll struggle. I think Algeria are an interesting team. The only thing for Algeria, it's interesting you mentioned that they the last time they qualified was 2014. One of Algeria's best players has been Riyad Mahrez, and unfortunately, he's not at this World Cup, which means that for such a great player, he will not have had the chance to play in a World Cup. Such a shame.
It's interesting because he's probably Algeria's most well-known. In Europe, he's the most well-known Algerian footballer, and he's the one guy who hasn't represented them in their 5 appearances.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a shame. I mean, they've got probably Algeria's next best big player is Ben Rama, who plays for Lyon. He's been around quite a while. He's been around France and the sort of European scene quite a lot. But I like this Austrian team, Ains. I like them.
I do.
And they still have the same coach they had in the last World Cup. I don't know if you remember them in the last World Cup. In the last World Cup, they were something insane. They were very intense. I think they got knocked out in the group or the last 16 last World Cup, but they looked a lot better than that. They've got some of these players I really like. Philipp Lainer from Liner, who plays for Bayern Munich. No, wrong player. He plays for Switzerland, I think. Oh no, is it Liner? Who's the one that plays for Bayern Munich? Oh, I think he's in the German squad. I'm all confused with my players now.
The standard of professionalism that the audience tune in for, Mr. Griffiths.
It's late, Ains. We're into our third hour of this podcast.
The World Cup will be finished by the time we've done this recording.
Yeah, it's been a chat. It's not our fault there's so many bloody groups. We
should have finished back in the Spain group.
We'd have been finished now if we were doing 2022. So I'm getting tired, but no, I mean they've got some recognisable players: David Alaba, Kevin Danzo, quite a lot of Leipzig representation there. Borussia Dortmund. A lot of these players play in Germany, so they play a very German style of football. Arnautovic, he's quite a controversial figure. Up front, Gregoric, he's a good player. He played against Aston Villa a few years ago in their Europa Conference League and looked really good. That's what I was looking for. Konrad Laimer for Bayern Munich. Man, that guy is one of the most intense footballers I've ever seen. He's insane. Like, I watched him the other week against PSG and he had every single PSG player in his pocket, but he just runs at 90 miles per hour for as long as he can, and then has to be taken off. He's insane. Sabitzer still doing the rounds. Got Carney Chukwuemeka. Now, I did not have any clue that Carney Chukwuemeka was Austrian. With a name like Carney Chukwuemeka, I definitely expected him to be Austrian.
It's a multicultural society these days, man. Bukayo Saka is one of England's starters. You can't make assumptions based on names these days.
No, true. But I think they're a team to look out for. Team to look
Yes.
out for sure. And I think with the group that they've got, if we just skip to the predictor, where is the predictor? I think we could be seeing them a little bit more in this tournament. I mean, Argentina, Algeria. You think Argentina will win?
I think Argentina will win that game.
Yeah. Austria, Jordan. I think Austria will win.
I believe Austria will get through that. On yes.
I want to go for an upset and say Austria in this game. I
You,
want to
you
see
can,
Austria
I would
beat
love to see it,
Argentina.
but I don't think they will.
So we're going to have to go for a draw.
You're gonna have to split the difference.
Jordan versus Algeria. Jordan, this is probably their best chance of getting a point. I want to say draw.
If it's their best chance, I'd feel cruel taking it away from them. So yeah, we'll go with draw.
Austria versus Algeria. It would be a good game because Algeria would need to do something here to get their third place.
Yes.
But I don't think they'll. I'm going to go for a draw here.
Yeah, I'll go for a draw as well.
And then, you know what we've done with that draw, Ainsley?
What have we done?
We've just secured Scotland a best third place finish.
You're welcome, Scotland. Don't say we don't do anything for you.
We've been on Scotland Watch this whole time, and we've just secured them a best third place finish. And that means, Argentina seeing it out against Jordan.
Right.
I think that looks pretty fair. Algeria could pick up a win against Jordan, but we're not going to do that right now to Scotland. We've already made our decision. Scotland are safe. I didn't make that decision because of
Scotland's hard work at this late hour.
Yeah, we can't break Scottish hearts, can we? So then we go on to
the next round.
Yeah, on to Group K. Our great friend Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to represent Group K. Do you want to rant this time, or do you have a different view on Ronaldo and Messi?
I will say, right, I think Portugal, in fairness, are more than just Ronaldo and friends. Okay. You look at their squad, and they actually have some very, very good players in it. I mean, Bruno Fernandes was just voted Premier League Player of the Year this week. Obviously, you've got Bernardo Silva there. João Neves is there. I know Ronaldo's the figurehead. I know he's the guy they're going to build all the marketing around. He's probably the guy that they're going to put on the pitch to start the lineups. But remember, Portugal were European champions in 2016. Ronaldo was injured for that final. Now, I'm not saying Ronaldo is, they're better without him or that they'll be destroyed with him. What I'm saying is Portugal are more than just one man. And I think as much as there will be a big furore around Ronaldo, I think Portugal are actually quite a solid outfit here.
No, I agree. Actually. I think there are a lot of very, very talented players in there. I mean, João Neves and Vitinha at PSG, two quality midfielders. You add that with Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes isn't without people. He's haters, to be honest. People hate on Bruno. I never liked Bruno Fernandes until a couple of seasons ago when United were really struggling, and he basically stepped up when they almost hit bottom last season. You remember, close to relegation, and he really stepped up for United. He became the captain, and you know me, I've never had real fond feelings towards Manchester United, but I take my hat off to Bruno Fernandes. I think what he's done there and what he's done this season, he's a fantastic player. I think he'll have a really good World Cup. Relatively strong defence. Ruben Diaz, he's going to be reunited with his good friend Cancelo. Obviously, you've got Nuno Mendes from PSG, Mateus Nunes, who's had a pretty good season, Diogo Dalot, another player who's had a pretty good season, and then the likes of Rafael Leao. I love Rafael Leao. He's one of them guys that just pops up and does crazy things. He's like the super sub. Pedro Neto, pretty good player. Gonzalo Ramos scored a hat trick in the last World Cup. 4 years older, but has he been playing much at PSG? Don't think he's getting as many opportunities as he probably should have. But yeah, I like Portugal's squad. They are one team though. I would be surprised if they got to the final. I think they're more of a. If they got to the semi-final, that would probably be something I wouldn't be surprised with. But I probably can't see them getting to the final, to be honest.
They would need to start properly clicking in their games. But look, it's not beyond them to score goals. Certainly, like they could certainly upset teams on the day, even the big ones.
They can, and I think sometimes Portugal are the sort of team I think that sometimes struggle against the underdogs.
Yeah,
in the last World Cup, they got knocked out against Morocco, didn't they? And I think the World Cup before that, was it South Korea, or somebody that knocked them out?
No, I think it was Uruguay. They went out to the one before that.
Uruguay. But yeah, I think I would like to see Portugal do well. I don't have negative feelings towards Portugal, but I don't think they're as strong as some of the other teams. I don't think they're as strong as the Germany and France and Netherlands even. But they have a lot of talent. DR Congo, I just put a nice graphic up there. It's a very nice graphic of DR Congo. Lovely kit they've got.
Lovely sky blue kit. Coventry will be jealous. So, Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire. So they've qualified under that name before, back in '74, I believe.
Wasn't Zaire the greatest World Cup moment ever when that guy ran out and booted the ball away? That was Zaire.
Yeah, it's the famous moment where Brazil got a free kick, and when the ref blew his whistle, nobody informed the defender that didn't mean the ball was live, and he could just run and boot it away, and got a yellow card for it. Yeah, it's obviously very famous moment. Hopefully, Democratic Republic of Congo will create more positive memories at this World Cup. Although we'll probably remember that one. They're ranked 46th in the world, which is 4 places higher than Uzbekistan, who they share their group with. Uzbekistan, obviously, shocking everybody in qualifying. I think everybody was sort of messaging each other when they qualified. Have you heard Uzbekistan are at the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, Uzbekistan are an interesting team because in that sort of Eurasian region, if we call it that region, Eurasian region, with the likes of maybe Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, all these teams, they do play football a little bit differently to some of the other Asians because of obviously there's a bit of a over time the old Soviet facility sort of the style of football. They're actually a very, very energetic team, very well-drilled team, very disciplined team. They're a very young team, actually. They're a young team. They've got quite a lot of youngsters coming through. Kushinov is the guy that plays at Man City. And Ainsley, do you know who their manager is?
Do tell.
Fabio Cannavaro.
Oh, wow. Okay. So having a young team, I think, will be good for them because it's no fear, right? It's the bravery of youth. It's the idea of I'll take on the world, I'll show them. But Cannavaro is a serial winner.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, I believe Cannavaro managed. I think he managed Real Madrid. Did he? At one stage, and they were very successful under him. I'm pretty sure he managed. Oh no, Fabio Cannavaro. Do you say?
Cannavaro, the World Cup winning Italian from 2006.
No, Cannavaro played for Real Madrid, didn't he? He's the Italian defender who won the World Cup in 2006. Oh no, I wonder they're so well organised then.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You'll see a lot of managers in this World Cup, and you go, "Oh, I never expected to see that." But there's one team we haven't spoke about in this group yet.
Colombia.
I think they're a team that we could see go far in this tournament. I really, really like Colombia because they are the one sort of South American team that have got a little bit of mystery about them. They've got that mystery. They've got. I mean, they were what? They finished second behind Argentina in the qualifying.
They finished above Uruguay and Brazil.
They finished third. Ecuador finished second,
yeah.
But that's because Ecuador qualified.
Highly rated team, Colombia. They're 13th in the world rankings, which is only 8 behind Portugal. They're extremely highly regarded.
Yeah, and I think they'll have a lot of support as well in this World Cup.
Yes.
I think there'll be a lot of people supporting Colombia. I think they'll be one of the most popular teams in the World Cup, and they have got some really, really good, outstanding players. And I mean, they got Luis Diaz, who's had a really, really good season. Old Liverpool, played for Bayern Munich. Yeah. James Rodriguez expected to be selected again. I mean, he's getting on a little bit, but
he's made his name obviously at the 2014 World Cup.
One of the World Cup moments, which is a podcast or a discussion we'll have at some point. Jefferson Lerma plays for them. Mosquera plays for them. And also one of my favourite players of most recent times, somebody who does magic, incredible things. He can't stay at a club for more than 6 months for whatever reason. But John Duran is a firecracker. That guy is a special kind of player. He gives me Balotelli vibes.
Yes, he's done amazing things for Villa when he came off the bench and has moved to Roma and become their best goal scorer there. He's a man to watch out for, I feel.
Yeah, I think he's such an enigmatic figure. I think he's somebody that he obviously pisses people off everywhere he goes. He's obviously not a likable character. On the full pitch, there's a World Cup moment for him. He's just that sort of player. I mean, if you remember the Champions League goal he scored against Bayern Munich, yes. Of all teams, Bayern Munich for Aston Villa. Only special players create special moments like that, and yeah, that was incredible. So yeah, I like this group. I think this is going to be one of our interesting groups to do the predictor for. By the way, Ainsley, it's got very dark in your room. Your darkness isn't supporting. It's better. It's better. It's because we've been online for so long now. It's not night time where you are.
It's like one of those games that it goes from day to night and the floodlights don't come on quite in time.
Yeah. So Portugal and DR Congo. What do you reckon?
I think Portugal will probably win it, but I don't think they'll win it that convincingly. I think a 2-1 maybe.
A 2-1 or a 1-0. I think Colombia will beat Uzbekistan.
I believe so.
And I think Colombia will beat DR Congo as well.
I agree.
Portugal, I think, will beat Uzbekistan.
I think they will.
I think DR Congo will beat Uzbekistan. I like Uzbekistan, but I don't see where they'll pick up a point in this group. I think
you're correct there.
This could be their only chance to pick up a point, but I think DR Congo are going to be quite strong, to be honest. And then Colombia, Portugal. I think Colombia will beat Portugal.
I think Portugal will beat Colombia. We're going to tie it and square the difference.
Gives us a draw, doesn't it?
Of course.
And that confirms even more that Scotland will be playing in the final 32.
All right, don't rub it in.
But let's have a look at our final 32 places right now, our best 8th. So currently, unfortunately, Algeria, Tunisia, and Cape Verde are on me. It could be all the 4 African teams that miss out as best 3rd place.
That'd be harsh.
That would be harsh, wouldn't it? Unless Panama or Ghana. Oh, we're on to the next group. We're sort of skipping ahead now.
Finally,
Um, I
finally
will,
get onto the
I
group.
will let you introduce this last group, Ainsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have all been waiting for. This is Group L. L, because this is for the legends that are the England football team. Qualified with style and beaten in qualifying. They have lost a couple of friendlies to Uruguay and Japan since then, but those don't matter. Those don't matter. We don't care about friendlies. Since then, the coach, Thomas Tuchel, has become the first coach in history to pick his squad entirely through ChatGPT, because some of the names that are missing are absolutely extraordinary. No Carl Palmer, no Harry Maguire, no Phil Foden, but Jordan Henderson has somehow managed to cling onto the leg of the plane and has made it to yet another World Cup. Thoughts?
So I don't mind the squad. I don't mind the squad. I think Harry Maguire was unlucky. I think he's had a pretty good season. And one thing as well about Harry Maguire is he scores goals, you know.
Yes.
He's somebody he is somebody that England could bring off the bench 10 minutes to go and score a goal from a corner. And now there's not okay, maybe that's the reason they've took Dan Burn, because he's 7.
That's probably
I feel sorry for him. I have no sympathy for Phil Foden and Cole Palmer. Both have not deserved it based on this season. And you can't pick players just based on reputation. Honestly, I don't see anywhere in there for them, to be honest. Jordan Henderson, probably, I don't understand the Jordan Henderson pick, to be honest. I think Adam Wharton is probably a better option, but
yeah, Wharton
maybe
seems like a strange omission in terms of Henderson. I know Henderson has made himself rather fond to both Southgate and Tuchel in terms of the leadership that he brings, but he almost feels like he's setting himself up for an assistant coaching role in that regard, rather than as an actual person who's going to spend a lot of time on the pitch. I agree with you with Foden, to be honest. I think his performances for Man City and for England in the last couple of years have not been his electric usual self. You may as well pick Jack Grealish for the same reason as you pick Phil Foden, on their name rather than what they've done. Cole Palmer, I don't think has been fully fit. And that may be the reason why he's not there. No, I don't think because he's been very on again, off again with his game time. I mean,
yeah, he basically, I think he got injured in October, then came back in Feb. But since he come back, he's just not done enough. Really, he hasn't done enough.
Well, if you think about it, like less than a year ago, he was lifting the World Club Championship for Chelsea in the United States, and now he's not even going. So that's a heck of a drop off.
I think when you play for a country like England or France, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, you can't just get in the team based on being the biggest name in your club.
Can you not, Neymar?
If you Neymar, Ronaldo, or Messi. But honestly, like if Cole Palmer was Scottish, he'd be at the World Cup. If Phil Foden was Scottish, he'd be at the World Cup. You know what I mean? Like, I think the problem is you can't just expect to be there. You've got to have a good season. You've got to be going in. Because would you not pick Ollie Watkins? Would you not pick Anthony Gordon? Would you not pick Morgan Rogers? Of course you would. The only ones, I mean, Madueke, I'm not a huge fan of Madueke. He's not actually played that much football either. Rashford actually surprised me as a selection, but to be fair, Rashford's had a pretty good season. He won La Liga, scored a fantastic free kick in the Clasico. I like Rashford. I think he's done well to get back in the squad. Ollie Watkins fully deserves to be in the squad after the season he had.
For a moment he would not be going on this plane.
Absolutely brilliant.
1 second.
Yeah, Ivan Toney's a strange one.
That's
Ivan
the
Toney's
name that's jumped out to me more than anything else, more than even the people that have been left off. Ivan Toney being re-included. Because I think
I
after he left, there was this idea that, well, he's removed himself from the European sphere, so he's not in contention.
Yeah, but I think what it is again in Tuchel's favour is would you pick Ivan Toney or would you pick Cole Palmer? Well, the thing is, if Harry Kane gets injured
Hmm.
or Ollie Watkins is having a game and needs to be bought off, you can't bring Cole Palmer on in that position. You
No,
can't bring on Phil Foden in that position. You can't bring in Saka, Madueke, Rashford, Gordon, or Eze in that position. You have to have a centre forward. And he's
yeah.
the next best. I mean, can you tell me another centre forward in England who probably could have took that?
Well, that's probably the case, isn't it? Because you're looking at maybe like Calvert Lewin for Leeds,
Tammy
maybe.
Abraham, Calvert
Yeah,
Lewin,
but yes,
Jared Bowen.
you're probably right in that regard. Look, Tony's a solid striker, but I do think you're right in the sense that he sits third in the pecking order, and they will play Kane as a lone striker, and Watkins
Yeah,
will be his replacement.
yeah,
I never thought Watkins wouldn't go. His goal against the Netherlands in the semi-final 2 years ago was too important for him to not be even in consideration because he's proved he
yeah,
can do it on a big and a European stage now. And yeah, if you took Cole Palmer, Saka would get in ahead of him to begin with after the season he's had. And you've got enough wingers really that can sort of take that place.
yeah.
So
I think to me the only one that I think was really unfortunate was Morgan Gibbs White.
yes, I thought that was really
I
unlucky.
I thought I think compared to Madueke, I think he's a better player than Madueke. He's had a much better season, and I mean I don't know if he's injury. I know he had that really bad head injury, and
Yeah,
maybe there's some sort of, but it's a head injury is not like a knee or a back or an ankle. You know, you recover from a head injury within 2 weeks. It's not a 6 week injury, is it? So no, I feel sorry for him, but the rest I think is pretty fair. I think Mark Gahey is a pretty good. Concerts had a good season. John Stones is so, but he's pretty pretty consistent. I like Gerald Quansah, and you know what I like him because he was one of those sort of players that if he'd stayed at Liverpool when he knows he's not going to get a game, he wouldn't be in this squad. But he went off overseas, and I'm not sure where he's playing. I think he's playing at Leverkusen or something, and I like that. Nico O'Reilly, again, interesting. Nico O'Reilly's a really interesting player. He's left back by trade, but again, he's like 7'12", somebody that scores goals. Um, don't mind that. And Jed Spence, I know there was people talking crap about Jed Spence. I watched Jed Spence yesterday in Tottenham's survival game, and he was the best player for Tottenham. He did really play really well. So yeah, I'm happy with the England squad. I'm happy with the England squad. What are we up against? Is the question, though, Ains. What do you reckon?
well, rather some solid outfits. Obviously, Croatia, because it's apparently contractually obliged that England and Croatia are drawn against each other in the World Cup. It seems to be like a hello again. Croatia are ranked 11th in the world. A solid, always knows solid outfit with very solid creative friends. Obviously, Luka Modric. I think he's returning for his. How many World Cups is this now? Like 5 or 6? I think 2006 onwards.
I
Six.
mean, to be honest, I've had a rant about Messi and Ronaldo. I guess Messi, Ronaldo, Modric, and Neymar are all they're all just living off their name in this World Cup.
I
I mean, I
so
like Modric. I really like Modric, but he's so fucking old. He's so old. It's
Luka Modric is a player who I think hasn't historically had the quality reserve. Like obviously, as a player, he's won so much, and
yeah.
he's very, very good at what he does. But I remember there was the time where he was. Did he win the Ballon d'Or, or he was up for the Ballon d'Or?
I don't
And
think he did. I don't think he ever won it. No.
there was a massive outcry of like, how dare you not give this to Messi or Ronaldo? As if the idea of a player who simply passes the ball is not worthy enough of achieving such lofty standards. You need a midfield maestro to control the tempo and direction. A Pirlo for Italy in years past would do the same, who would simply control things, or Roy Keane used to for Manchester United, or Frank Lampard used to do it for many years. But you're right in the sense that he's definitely coming to the end of his time. And if England can't beat a side where the centre of midfield is on the verge of collecting a pension, then I worry for us going deeper into the tournament. Croatia, no offence to Croatia, they are a very solid team, but England should be looking at themselves as better than solid. We shall see if they can reach that standard.
I think most of the Croatian players were going for Botox in Qatar, and they're still in the squad now. So, in my notes, my notepad, I've made little notes, and Croatia put a big star next to them with the word "old." I mean, look at most of these guys. I mean, I'm 38-year-old man. You look at the face on on some of these players. I think Croatia have had their time. Unless some of these players coming through, I don't know many of the players coming through. I mean, Matanovic, I saw him the other day for Freiburg. Wasn't up to much. Kovacic, way beyond his best. Kramaric, the same. Budimir, Pasalic, two Pasaliches. Chileta Shah's been around for too long. Sutalo's been around for too long. Yeah, I don't. Nah, I don't. I think they'll obviously get through the group. Croatia, they're always going to be a difficult team to beat, but I just don't see that dynamism in their team. I don't see that youthful energy. I think they'll be a very difficult team for people to get past for sure, but I don't see them doing as well as they did in 2022, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with having experience. I know you mentioned about age there. Like, having experience is always a good thing. You always want people to kind of steady the ship, people who aren't going to panic when things start to go wrong, or, who have got the nerve to know what it takes to go deeper within a tournament. And you have players who made the World Cup final 8 years ago. So you know that this is a team that can do it. They beat Brazil last time out. But I think what it will come down to when England play Croatia, because I think we both sort of see them as the top two teams in this group, right, is how are England going to play against Croatia? If England set up to play possession, slow, one-pass football, Croatia will see that coming, because that's where your experience will come with their let's not get out of shape on this. Let's not panic. Let's not be stretched as they pass it across the line. If England can use some of their youth and speed of Saka, of Bellingham, of Watkins to get round them, I think England could win this. But it's how England choose to approach it. And I worry they're going to play it slow. And that's the worst thing you could play against, with the greatest respect, an elderly team.
I disagree. I think England are going to go at teams. I think England play a slightly more intense style of football. I think they'll be quite aggressive. I know, and this is what you can't really read into friendlies. I know a lot of people get annoyed in England. They watch the friendlies and the team are quite lethargic. You're talking about friendlies where majority of the players are contracted to huge Premier League clubs. The last thing they want to do is go and play a friendly for England, twist an ankle, miss half a season for their club, especially in a World Cup year. You know what I mean? I can't really judge England friendlies, and I don't know, some countries maybe take friendlies more seriously than others. There was a discussion, actually, they were talking about something on a different podcast about should friendlies actually be cappable? Should players get caps for friendlies? I don't know. I mean, it's a good debate, I guess. It's a good debate. Is there enough international football for players to get caps if it's not in a friendly? I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting debate to be had. But anyway, that's probably for another time. I mean, now on to Ghana and Panama, the two remaining teams in the group. Ghana had had a team a few years ago, didn't they? They got Luis Suarez in was that
Yes, the famous
2014,
handball. It was 2010. It was.
2010, and I'm pretty sure Jordan Ayew was in that game, and he's still playing now. Um, they've got Semenyo. Semenyo's there. He's had a really good season. Went to Arsenal. Thomas Partey is still in the Ghana squad. Um, Beyond that, there's not really much. Mohamed Kudus looked amazing a few years back. He went to West Ham. He's kind of disappeared off the radar a little bit.
It's at
I
West
think
Ham
Ghana,
now.
yeah, yeah, but I say he's not playing at West Ham. Um, I don't think Ghana are as strong as they have been. I think they're quite a weak Ghana team. Historically they've had some very good players and they've been quite strong, but I don't know. I don't feel much for them when you look at their squad. And Panama again seems like England have to play Panama. We've played Panama before, haven't we?
We played Panama at the 2018 World Cup where England won 6-0 or 6-1? And
Yeah.
Panama kicked England up in the air. I was surprised at how ill-disciplined they were as an outfit, to be honest with you. Which is a poor thing. One thing you don't want to be against a side that has superior quality is to give them free kicks and to give them loads of chances from set pieces, because Panama were very rough on that day. I have to say, we mentioned about Ghana, about how they've sort of don't have the team or where they are now. Ghana are one of the lowest ranked teams in this tournament. Ghana are 5 places ranked below Cape Verde, at 74th. Panama are 33rd, to give you some idea of a comparison there. So I think the European teams should be looking to boss this group.
I mean, the first game, this is one of those where everybody's, oh, the first game's so important. Is it? Is it? Could both teams get a draw and be happy with this game?
It's the first game is important if only because if you want to win the group, right?
Yeah.
Because with the greatest respect, these are the two teams that will be looking to get out of this group.
Yeah.
The year that England won the World Cup, 1966, I told you I'd get round to mentioning it eventually. Only about 3 hours in. It's England actually drew that game in their opening game, and I think they could draw this one, and both teams might be happy with a draw because they'll go ahead knowing that they're going to beat the others anyway.
So Ghana and Panama. Now, I think we underestimate Panama. I think they could get a point out of Ghana.
I do. I really, really think they'll get a point out of that game.
Then that just leaves relatively straightforward. I mean, can you see England not beating Ghana?
No, I see England overrunning Ghana in the second half the same way as they did Ivory Coast 4 years ago.
Yeah. Croatia, Panama.
Croatia should beat Panama. Not spectacularly, maybe, but they'll beat them about 2-1.
England, Panama. Pretty happy England are going to win that.
Pretty happy England, and lots of yellow cards.
Yeah. And Ghana, Croatia. Ghana, could they pull anything off?
Not a result.
I don't think so.
Apologies to all your Ghanaian fans here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have
a very, very good Ghanaian friend. His name's Daniel Frimpong. So fondly refer to him. He could be somebody I could get his thoughts on this, and maybe his thoughts on Ghana. So that's our groups then. So our best third place teams going through, we've got South Africa, Canada, Ivory Coast, Australia, Iran, interestingly, DR Congo, Scotland, just about, and Senegal. And the teams missing out are Algeria, Tunisia, Panama, and Cape Verde. So On to
onto the main
the,
event.
and we'll just have a quick discussion about this, Ains,
Yeah,
about the last 32.
this is the
The
first time
last
we've had the last 32 at a World Cup.